What is up, my OGs? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're gonna talk about how to make judo work for MMA and 3 tips for that. And at the end of the video, bonus tip, like always. Tip number 1. This is gonna seem pretty obvious when I tell you guys, take off the gi top. Okay, so how are you gonna do this? When you train after class, you're doing randori. Actually, no, at the end of the class, you guys always do randori. That's usually how it goes in a judo class. Actually, any martial arts class, the randoris or the sparring, it's always at the end for the most part. So when you do your randoris, what you're gonna wanna do is that you take off the gi. You talk to one of your partners, you tell them, hey, you want to do a little bit some judo, but without the gi top, and there you go. You're gonna have to adjust your grips a bit, but you'll quickly figure it out. It's not like the end of the world. You're gonna see that you could still use a lot of judo, you just don't have your grips. So you're gonna have to make a couple of adjustments there, but it's gonna be okay. And then obviously you wanna be throwing a lot of guys too, like without, practice some nagi komi, right? Some throwing without the gi top. That's gonna help tremendously. So that's tip number 1. Yo guys, stay till the end of the video for an amazing bonus tip. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to help support this channel and this amazing community that you guys are all part of. Appreciate that. Later. Tip number 2. You're gonna train in Greco-Roman wrestling or freestyle wrestling. Now, in freestyle, you're gonna, they're gonna show you a lot how to shoot for the legs and all that, to do the single legs, the double legs, and whatnot. And it's good to know, it's good to learn how to wrestle. But then, for the most part, you want to use your judo when you wrestle. So once you understand how to defend a single leg takedown, you understand how to sprawl, because in judo, we don't attack the legs anymore, unfortunately. That was actually before my time. When I started judo, the rule was already in place that you can't grab the legs. But anyways, so in judo, you can't grab the legs. Now you go into freestyle, you could grab the legs. So you're gonna learn your singles, your doubles, your ankle picks and all that stuff, and your transitions, like the leg attacks and all. And then once you get those, after that, what you could do instead is that you could just focus on using your judo. So you focus on the leg sweeps, you focus on ouchi, you focus on sasai, you focus on osoto, you focus on arai, all the judo stuff basically. And it works wonders. Once you understand the gripping and all that, if you already have your judo in place, the adjustment's gonna come really, really quick. And what you wanna do is you don't always wanna have to shoot. Listen, you don't really need to go down on your knees to go shoot for a double leg or single leg and all that stuff. You don't need to do that. You could just do it Greco style. So just focus on the upper body. But of course, now that you're actually conscious of how to defend single leg, double leg and all that stuff, and changing levels and all, then you're aware of that. So you'll be okay. But then just focus on the upper body. That's where Greco comes in. So Greco-Roman, like wrestling, is all upper body. So that's very similar to judo, but without a gi. Okay, they got different, they're very suplex heavy as well, from as far as I know. But I mean, it's really cool. So, and it actually translates really well to MMA as well, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to take up wrestling, put an emphasis on on Greco style more. Use your judo in freestyle wrestling. Once you've figured out how to defend the singles, the doubles and all that stuff, and you're gonna see your judo is gonna translate, because at my club everybody does judo. Everyone who wrestles does judo. And they do very well, very, very well. I forgot how many medals we brought home this season, but a bunch of them, and it was a whole bunch of judo guys going to wrestle, and they smash. So that's tip number 2, guys. Tip number 3, guys, sweeps. You're gonna wanna be sweep heavy. So now how this is gonna help you a lot in MMA is that most MMA guys don't have this in their arsenal because most of them don't have a judo background. But if you have a judo background or like a sambo background, you want to be sweeping the shit out of your opponents. So you want to sweep when you're up against the cage, you know, trying to take the guy down, body lock, whatever, you know, use sweeps to take the guy down. When you're in the clinch or going for the clinch or breaking from a clinch or whatever, just sweep. You know, if you focus on sweeping, on working on your sweep slot, you're gonna see it's gonna have a really positive impact on, you know, your overall results, you know, in the cage. So you want to be sweep heavy, focus a lot on the sweeps. That's one thing that like judo guys have, sambo guys have as well. But most guys in MMA don't do judo or sambo. Well, okay, sambo, you got the Russians and all that, you know. But most guys don't do judo for the most part. And so if you use a lot of sweeps, like it takes very little energy. And if you miss, like it doesn't really matter. Nothing happens. You just hit his foot, so what? And that's another way to make your judo work for MMA. And they're really beautiful to watch as well. Bonus tip, guys. So thank you for making it all the way to the end. Now, this tip here is, once again, an idea, a principle, a philosophy, a mindset thing. Now, what do I mean by that? Bottom line, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what martial art you do. It's really about you. So what I mean by that is it's not the art itself, it's the martial artist. So if you're open, creative, and you know you're dedicated, and you use the tools that you have, your attributes, and then you keep an open mind and you make the adjustments necessary, you're gonna be able to make whatever art you're training work, right? Because I see some people who are like very good at judo, but instead of using the skills of judo and making it work for MMA, they're just like, you know, I'm just gonna box, you know, and whatever, and do basic stuff, and you know, they just go like MMA mode, like traditional MMA, which is like boxing, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. It's a Muay Thai, that's it. But then there's so much of judo that brings to the table. You just have to take the time to really think about it and to make it work and to be creative and to have an open mind and to test things out, like when you practice. That's really my take on it. I really think that if you're open and creative, you'll be able to make it work. That's what I'm saying. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.